Happening, folks? Kevin here from SportsBoxBreaks.com coming at you live on a Monday, August 7th, 2023. Breaking 2023 Topps Chrome. This is the wax/hobby baseball break number 2. And don't get confused, guys. Break number 1 is still actively filling up on the site. Break number 2 simply took the lead in terms of sales and filled up first. So break number 1 is filling up with, I think it's 16 spots left. Hoping to break that one 2 nights. All right, who has who in wax? Break number 2. I'm just going to make it easy. Dustin has 18 of the 30 spots here. So let me rattle off Dustin's teams first, and then I'll go through everybody else. We got the Diamondbacks, the Red Sox, and the Cubbies at the top of the alphabetical lineup here. The Guardians, the Rockies, the Tigers, the Astros, the Royals, the Angels, and the Dodgers. The Brewers and the Twins, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Padres, the Cardinals, Texas Rangers, and Toronto Blue Jays. Those all belong to Dustin. Dustin, thanks a bunch, buddy. Really appreciate those pickups. Okay, the non-Dustin teams, we got the Braves in here for Derek H. We got the Orioles in here for Troy W. White Sox belong to Greg Z. The Reds belong to Dave C. The Marlins going to Greg Z. The Mets going to Armando M. The Oakland A's for Henry T. The Pittsburgh Pirates for Torian T. What do we got? San Fran Giants going to Joe W. We got the Mariners for Travis D. Welcome in, Travis. I noticed you're a new breaker sign up with us yesterday, and you came in on a few things. Appreciate it. So Travis D for the Mariners. Tampa Bay Rays going to Matt R. And the Washington Nationals also going to Matt R. And that's all 30 right there, fellas. That's all 30. All right, here we go. Good luck, good luck. Let me just make sure this is... I don't really have anything else. Like these Topps cases with just the barcode on them, I usually like to put some type of indication as to what the product is, but I don't think I even have anything that I could... Let's use the barcode scanner just to make sure I'm not opening a sealed case. Yes, 2023 Topps Chrome Hobby 12 box. We are correct. All right, here we go. Good luck, guys. What are we looking for? We're looking for the elusive taco fractor. Is that the... That's the big thing in the hobbies, right? Very mysterious taco fractor. And if the audio or the video look a little wonky or whatever, I have a brand new computer setup going here. I keep messing around with my computer setup. Just let me know, but I think it's pretty good so far. All right, there it is, 6 and 6. What's our breakdown? 1 auto per box in the hobby wax, but we're probably going to see more color come our way, right? Which is usually the case. 4 cards per pack, so a lot of packs. Greg, what's happening, buddy? Greg Z in the house. And that is empty. Start busting packs. Let's go down a little bit there. Still down a little bit more. How's your guys' weekend? Up to anything good? We're in that, post 4th of July part of the summer now where we don't do a whole lot. Not that we did a whole lot around the 4th of July, because that's just how we roll. So it's funny, I was kind of putting together my session here for tonight and setting up an email to promote everything, and I'm like, shoot, I don't have a whole lot of stuff here right now. I have these 2 cases of Topps Chrome. I've got the finest here, and then I've got the Archive Sig Series here. I've got a couple loose personal boxes of some stuff, but other than that, break-wise, there's not a whole lot left on my shelf here in Vegas, which isn't a bad thing. Hosted the State Police training graduation and started installing a new stage design. Very cool. That's sounds very productive, Greg. Very productive. 8 hours of sleep and 3 nights puppiest high energy. Joe, I remember those times. Actually, our older dog had the diarrhea for the last couple of days. And you would just be sleeping randomly at like 4 in the morning and hear him barking in his crate. At least he's good with that. He barks if he's got that kind of thing. And I come rushing downstairs to let him outside, and he does his business. But like, not fun, man. Not fun. When they're puppies, it's like every 4 hours or whatever, you know. All right, let me make this a little smaller. That guy's like a bit excessively big, getting in our way. And let me get the camera focus working. All right, Eloy at the top. And again, I'll adjust this camera again if need be. Teoscar Hernandez. Again, all cards ship. I know everybody knows that, but we got a couple new breakers in the house, so I'll just say it a couple times. Luis Castillo. What do we got? 35th of Paul Goldschmidt. Sleeps 18 hours a day. That is wonderful, but they want to sleep like during your awake times, right? They want to sleep during your awake times and keep you awake at night. What do we got? Oscar Gonzalez with a refractor. So the refractors and so on. And we got our first bit of gold here, guys. What do we got? Carlos Perez, rookie in front of it. And here it is. C.J. Abrams for the Nationals. That's nice. 49 out of 50. That goes to Matt R. Matt, there you go, buddy. Nice. Right off the rip here. Hobby / Wax not letting us down with those nice colors. CJ to 50 gold. 13-week-old terrier, Dustin. I remember you saying you have, like, I know you basically live on a farm now, right? Like, that's your setup. You guys are rocking all the animals. You got a refractor of Simeon. We want to get another dog, but then that's going to make 3, and that's getting, like, pretty crazy. What do we got? Prism right there of Yastrzemski. The breeder we got both of our corgis from just put out an announcement on our Facebook page that they have another batch of puppies coming up, and I'm like, son of a bitch. 35th of Castillo. Because every time they have those puppies, we fall in love with the pictures, and then it becomes like, do we want one? All right, how about a Future Stars of Julio? Future Stars Julio. Nolan Gorman. What do we got? Castellanos is a refractor. Spencer. Got the Prism of Jonathan Aranda. Stephen Kwan. We got a Sal Perez refractor. All right, that is one side of it. We're still due our auto. Fingers crossed they don't do us dirty in the hobby. They did us dirty on 4 autos across those 2 cases of jumbo. I still have all the stuff sitting over here to send off that missing content request. Let's see if they make good on that. We got a Miggy 35. Titans of Acuna. Byron Buxton refractor. And here comes orange, guys. We haven't seen any orange yet. This will be the first orange out of the Topps Chrome we're seeing, Max Meyer, and it is going to be numbering to 25 for the Brew Crew. That's one of Dustin's. I never know how to pronounce this guy's last name. Willie Adamas? 11 of 25, orange. Congrats, buddy. Nice one. So gold and orange so far. Still waiting on the auto. Gausman. Stroman. Pujols refractor. Technicolor of Trey Turner. Got a Prism. Jimenez. 35 of Ezekiel Tovar. Bobby Witt. And there it is, guys. How about them Mets? New York Mets going to Armando, who picks up the Mets pretty often across these baseball breaks. Refractor auto coming your way, bud. Nice. Brett Batty rookie. 319 of 499. Good one. Let's see if we got more color. Pujols, Perez, Herrera. Ohapi refractor. Got a Bregman Prism. Julio. Tovar refractor. And that's going to do it for box 1. 11 to go, fellas. 11 to go. Was Jay mentioning, I didn't talk to him much today, was he mentioning another day he might go live this week? I'll catch up with him later and figure it out. I was just going to say, we'll probably do at least one more session. One more session or so later this week, but I never know Jay's schedule with the kids and all that stuff now until we get together. All right, that's an empty box. New computer holding up pretty good so far. I finally consolidated. Since we started SBB, at least like 9 years ago when we started this thing, you kind of couldn't function with the live streaming operation just on a laptop because it would absolutely kill the CPU resources of the computer. You kind of had to have a desktop with a dedicated graphics card and all that. If you guys fool around with anything with live streaming, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, like the encoding of the video. So I finally got myself, and I don't even game, but I bought a gaming laptop specifically because it has like a proper video card in it that I could actually utilize for the video encoding. And yeah, no more monstrous desktop computer. It's now laptop. I remember when Jay and I first started out, like when we first started 9+ years ago, we didn't really know any better. And we were trying to not even do hardwired Ethernet. Now you can kind of get away with that too, because the latest versions of the Wi-Fi protocol are much better than they were 10 years ago. But 10 years ago, if you're trying to live stream, HD video over Wi-Fi, did not work that great. Very sketch. Now with Wi-Fi 6, it actually does kind of work all right, but I still use hardwired Ethernet. We didn't come here for a tech discussion, guy. We came here to see freaking cards. Shut up about Wi-Fi 6. It really has. In the last 9 years, the tech has gotten so much better. But we were, we didn't know any better. We instantly figured it out, but at the time, we're like, shit. All right, here we go. Box number 2. Pulled an orange and pulled a gold. Now we got to see a red, right? Got to see a red. Let's see a red of somebody really big, high-profile name, too. That would be great. Riley Green with a 35. Got a Bo Bichette Titans. They would. Laptops were just kind of a no-go on the streaming side of it, at least for us. But now, with these gaming laptops with the dedicated NVIDIA cards in them and all kinds of stuff, we got a Shea Langoliers. That is a refractor. They're finally a viable alternative to having a big clunky desktop. And here we go. How about a purple sparkle speckle to $2.99 for the Mets? Armando doing all right. Edwin Diaz to $2.99 coming your way. Anthony Volpe, that's a refractor. Bo Naylor, that's a Technicolor. That's a good looking Technicolor. I like the black all throughout the backing of it. Pretty neat. Liberatore, Josh Young, 35. Titans of Kershaw, Austin Hayes. Tristan Casas, refractor. All right, what do we got here? Nelson Velasquez to 199 for the Cubbies. That's one of Dustin's. Is that Lava? Something Lava? Got a Matt Chapman, refractor. And that's one side. Second side coming up. Guys, I'd love to break that Chrome Wax number 1 in addition to this one. Get them out together in the same shipping batch. Kathy hustled and got the 3 breaks that went off in the last session from Vegas packaged up. So those are ready to go. You'll start seeing tracking numbers hit your inbox on those. I think that was the last 2. Was it the last 2 basketballs plus the jumbo? So 3 breaks going to be in that batch. Vladdy Jr., 35. Mackenzie Gore, Future Stars. Riley Green, refracting. Marcus Stroman, prism. So there's a lot fewer prisms in the hobby, I'm noticing, right? In lieu of color. Seemed like there was a decent amount of the prisms, the regular prisms in, got a Groshans rookie refractor in the jumbo. Speaking of, James Outman is a prism. Xander, 35. Fanatics countersued Panini today. Is that right? I saw the article about Panini suing them. And here it is, guys. How about the Tiger's going to be on the board for Dustin? Here we go, buddy. Rookie auto of Kerry Carpenter. Kerry Carpenter. Tigers. All right. Very nice. The drama that's going on in the industry because of this, like, Fanatics buyout and, you know, eventual takeover of everything is pretty crazy. What's the latest, Dustin? What are some of the talking points on that one? Kevin Gausman is a prism. Got the Bellinger refractor. And that'll do it. Box number 2. So far they're on par, giving us correct auto counts. Let's keep that going. All we ask for is what you promise us, Topps / Panini / Fanatics / whoever. I also saw some article saying that Panini was being sued or something because of, like, soccer. Some of their soccer cards, like, are basically don't have the advertised amount of content in them that supposedly they're supposed to have, or something to that effect. World Cup stuff. I don't even know. I'm so out of that loop. Guys, if you're new out there watching us on the YouTubes, do me a favor, hit the subscribe. It costs $0, just basically adds you to our community. And if you want to be notified when we take these sessions live, hit the bell. And you'll get a little push notification on your YouTube app on your phone letting you know when we go live. Right now we're doing like 2 to 3 live sessions a week. It's just because the content or the product Sorry guys, Kathy was messaging me about something. The amount of product that's coming out doesn't really, kind of dictate that we need to do more live sessions than that. But the CEO of Panini tried to get a job with Fanatics and told them Panini gave Fanatics false financials when Panini was trying to sell. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. They need to make a movie of this nonsense. Like, it almost like scandal in the card community. Just go back to like 10 years ago and it was just under the radar. Nobody cared about it for a while. They all are, though, right? Like, they just all are. Doesn't seem like anybody at the top of these companies is really trying to just do good for the good of the community. But what do I know? All right, here we go. Here we go. Shea Langoliers with a Prism. Every time I pull that guy, I think of the Langoliers from Stephen King. Diamondbacks 35 with the Gabriel Moreno. Weren't we talking about that not too long ago, Dustin? The Langoliers. It was like a mini-series. Well, they made it into a mini-series from the book, of course. Mookie Betts is a refractor. What do we got? Nelson, Arizona D-backs with a Prism. Little Chris Bryant, Rockies. Prism of Tristan Casas for the Red Sox. Oswald Peraza, 35. And here it is. How about San Diego going to be on the board for Dustin? You got a Matthew Batten. Rookie auto coming your way. Nice. Is it Batten? Baton? Baton sounds a little weird, you know what I'm saying? Matthew Batten, we're gonna go with. Congrats. San Diego, the recipient of the auto. Let's find some nice colors, some low-numbered stuff. Maybe a red in the rest of this. Javier Baez, refractor for Detroit. Yeah. Those Italians, it's half of my bloodline. Half Irish, half Italian. We like pasta and booze. What do we got? Benintendi, Prism. Shane Bieber. All right. All right, second half. We've already pulled the auto, so let's pull some color now. O'Neal Cruz, Future Stars. Jose Ramirez, 35. Titans with the Juan Soto. Gabriel Moreno is a refractor. D-backs. Lubob. Very cool looking card right there, actually. And here comes a gold shimmer, and that is nice. Numbering to 50 for the White Sox. That's going to Greg Z. Greg, 17 out of 50 on that one. Really nice. Tim Anderson, White Sox. Remember we first started up, there was this guy that was breaking with us for a little while, and he would just pop into the chat and like just openly come off. And I mean, hey, amongst us, you say things like that and I can laugh. But like this guy was like throwing out like legit racial slurs at stuff. And I'm like, dude, come on. If you're making fun of yourself, that's one thing. If you're saying it and you're not even that like that particular that's not your own background. But I digress. All right, let's see what else we got. That is a refractor. So, Dustin, if the Angels score a big hit in this one, I just want you to know the Angels were picked up Stephen Kwan with the Future Stars and then a purple of Mountcastle to 250 for the Orioles. That's going to Troy W. The Angels, a new customer came in and picked up a bunch of stuff, like out of the blue, coming in and popping off like $1,000 like nothing. And whenever that happens, it's a red flag because more times than not, it turns out to be nonsense. And this guy bought a bunch of stuff and was using like different addresses and different credit cards, and it just like all of it looked shifty. And then the credit card company started contacting us and saying that these transactions might be fraudulent, blah, blah, blah. So I refunded the guy on all of it, and I just was like, listen, we don't need issues if you know, there's even a slight possibility of these transactions like being whatever. Like, so anyway, I was done with them. And the Angels in this break are one of those spots. So if the Angels get a big hit, they were previously owned by someone. It was you? I knew it. So I know most of you guys sell or have sold on eBay. Is calling someone a snooki. I mean, hey, we just watched a new episode of Jersey Shore Family Vacation a couple days ago. And, you know, back in the day, I was a big fan of the original Jersey Shore. So, you know, if that makes me something, then call me guilty. But what I was saying is, I know most of you guys have sold or do continue to sell on eBay. Did you guys hear about, like, this is not new news. This is like a year old or so. But, like, top brass executives from eBay were, like, brought up on charges of intimidation and all kinds of crazy shit against this, like, mom and pop operation that ran a newsletter talking about, like, e-commerce and selling on eBay. And in the newsletter, they were kind of, like, critical of a lot of practices that eBay does, and like literal top brass, like top CEOs and executives within eBay actually caught wind of this mom and pop operation talking shit about eBay and sent people into their hometown to like follow them and do all kinds of crazy shit, like show up at their house. Like, what the fucking fuck? That's something we've never talked about here in our little fireside chats, but that's crazy. That's freaking crazy. All right, here we go. Let's look at some cards. All right, Stephen Kwan with the Future Stars. Is that it is not a refractor. Peter Thiel, Elon Musk started eBay. Yeah, well, Peter Thiel also funded Hulk Hogan during his whole thing against... what was the, that's a 35th of Austin Riley. Funded Hogan's legal fund, Hulk Hogan, when he was going up against Gawker Media. Basically bankrupted them. I mean, he's got unlimited money. He's, you know, was basically like, he's multi-billionaire. Jordan Walker, refractor. There we go. Little purple speckle action. Sparkle. $2.99. Corbin Burns from Milwaukee. Milwaukee going to Dustin. I have a book on my Kindle all about that Gawker scenario. I'll have to read it one of these days. Shohei. That's a refractor. Nice. There's a little something for that Angel spot. Mikey Trout right there. Technicolor. Nice. 35, Christopher Morel. Yeah, yep. The PayPal Mafia, as they were called, right? You go back and look at pictures of those guys back in those early years when they started PayPal. Elon Musk has no hair. Or he has really, really bad hair at the time. We got a Cade Cavalli refractor. He had some pretty decent hair transplants along the way somewhere because he looks, I mean, his hair looks kind of normal. All right, what do we got here? Nick Lodolo to 199. For the Reds, that's going to Dave C. 142 of 199. Congrats to Dave. Lou Bob again. Mitch Haniger. That is a refractor. It's so weird. Like, I'll get emails. You know how, like, if you have a Twitter account, they'll send you emails to say, like, oh, look what you missed since you haven't been on. And now, like, all their emails come and it says X, and then it has in little brackets, formerly Twitter, as the sender of the email. And I'm like, if they have to keep referring to themselves as formerly Twitter, then I don't know, the rebranding was a good move. All right, DJ, for the Yankees, that is a prism. Did he try to call PayPal X? You know what? I vaguely remember something like that. So he's been trying to push that name out there into the world for a long time. 35th, Tristan Casas. In fact, I think it might have been called X for a brief amount of time before they switched it to PayPal. Garrett Mitchell, refractor. Willie with a prism for Milwaukee. Jeter Downs refractor for Washington. It's pretty crazy. Gunnar Henderson. That guy comes from a pretty wealthy background too, if I'm not mistaken. I think his father owned like a diamond mine or some shit. But there's also like all kinds of rumors and speculation around that. 35th of Aaron Judge. And here it is. Auto coming up by way of the Minnesota Twins. Matt Wallner. Rookie auto. Going off to those Twins. Going to Dustin. There you go, buddy. Twins getting it. What do we got? Miguel Vargas. Emerald Mine, is that what it was? Arenado right behind it. Woods Richardson for the Twins with a prism. CJ with a refractor. And that's going to do it. All right. Let's keep going. Let's cut that. Let's forget we cut that and then cut it again in about like 4 minutes. That's empty. So there's this guy that I randomly get suggested videos from. The guy must live in San Francisco, and he walks around San Francisco in the busy like business district areas and just shows like current day. These are all like brand new videos, have just been filmed in the last few days. Basically how empty the city of San Francisco is. And it's funny because like San Francisco, you know, pre-COVID and all that stuff was bustling just all the time. Very busy city. And like he walks around now in like the Market Street area, the Embarcadero. He walks around right in like the downtown, like the main section of San Francisco's downtown, and it's all like vacant. Like all the businesses are gone. Salesforce, which is, you know, massive freaking company. They have a, you know, $1 billion tower in the center of the financial district down there, empty. And like nobody talks about this. Very few people are talking about this. Twitter headquarters is like the reason I thought of that is because Twitter headquarters is right there on Market Street. And he was a big one pushing for the return back to work thing. Yeah, from family has money from that era, that time. I've seen some videos where there's some kind of controversy, like did they own an emerald mine, did they not own an emerald mine? He's talked about it publicly in videos like years ago, and then he denies it in more recent videos and stuff. It's very strange. Dad married his own 18-year-old stepdaughter. Holy wait, that's weird. That's weird. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Oh, we got some dogs barking out here. We got a Jose Ramirez 35. Titans of Juan Soto. Joey Meneses, refractor. Meneses. And what do we got here, guys? Matt Olson to 350 for the Braves. Braves going off to Derek. That is going to be 29 of 350. So if we do pull one of these taco fractors, what are we actually looking for? Is it a live card or is it a redemption? We got a Toglia refractor. Manny in Technicolor. Pete Alonso 35. Titans. Wander. Clayton Kershaw is... It's a live card, Joe? Refractor. What do they look like? What am I actually looking for on stuff like that? I'm sure I'll know it if I see it, right? What do we got here? Prism. And that's to 75. 64 of 75 on the Luis Arias. What is it? Aras? Miami on the board going off to Greg Z. Greg Z. Getting that pronunciation ever so perfect, did I? No, I did not. Rays, Jonathan Aranda. That is a refractor. Live with tacos on it, Tommy? Okay, fair enough. If I see tacos, we know we got one. There's literally tacos on it? Okay. I'd like to be a fly on the wall in that board meeting. Guys, what kind of new stuff do we want to sandwich in the product this year? I don't know, about some stuff with tacos on it. Gabriel Moreno, 35. Throw a couple tacos on a card, people go crazy. We got a James Outman refractor. I mean, hey, somebody's gotta. We got a Michael Grove Prism. Nolan Jones refractor. They're numbered to 5. The tacos, the taco fractor. We got a Pena. We got an MJ Melendez Prism. Oswald Peraza, 35. And here comes an auto, Nelson Velasquez. Cubbies on the board for Mr. Dustin. There you go. Nelson Velasquez, rookie auto. Nice. Cubbies. Congrats to Dustin. And a little bit left here. Josh Smith, refractor. What do we got? Senga, Mets, Prism. Got a Bregman refractor for Houston. Corbin Carroll, Royce Lewis. All right. Getting down to, and guess what? I remembered that I did that, so we don't have to slice it up again. Let's do this, though. Let's 3 and 3. Do you guys remember? I want to say it was 1997. April Fool's joke. Taco Bell took out a full-page ad in like the New York Times or some big publication of the time stating that they bought the Liberty Bell. And people flipped their lids thinking it was real. This is a real occurrence. This really happened in 97 or 98. I can't remember. I think it was 97. The only reason I remember is because I worked this job at the time and I can put the year together in my head easily because of that. Yeah, Taco Bell bought the Liberty Bell, which was completely untrue. It was just a big PR stunt. Yes, Joe. Taco Bell. And the rights to all E. coli. Well, they had to buy the rights off of another Mexican chain, which was Chi-Chi's, because Chi-Chi's basically, remember Chi-Chi's restaurants? The Mexican chain? As a kid, it was probably my first introduction to quote-unquote Mexican food, even though you can't really call it too traditional, but it was a big deal in its day, Chi-Chi's. And they basically, I think they went under because of an E. coli situation. Del Taco. Del Taco's pretty good, man. It's not up there with Taco Bell, but it's pretty good. And I have seen the first Del Taco, actual like standing Del Taco operation that exists in California. It's like a little 50s roadside road hop. No longer functions. It's like sitting there for preservation purposes. It really was. There was Chi-Chi's pretty close to us back in Pennsylvania. The fried ice cream, they'd give it to you on the little like torta or something, like a little crunchy tortilla thing. All right. Let's go with the right side first. Let's go here. That is a prism of DJ, 35 Tristan, Garrett Mitchell is a refractor, Jared Walsh prism, a Whippy sandwich, that I don't remember. Is that was that a Chi-Chi's thing or is that something different? Got a Shohei refractor, nice. Does anybody remember, and this is really going back, some of the menu items that were at places like Burger King when I was a kid? They had a hot ham and cheese sandwich on the menu when I was a kid. It was called the Yumbo. Aaron Judge, 35. It was, ooh, is that a blue lava to 150 with ink of Will Brennan for the Guardians? Dustin, nice hit right there. That's a beauty. Those colors with the Guardians logo and the blue, that is pretty, man. 119 of 150 on that one. Very nice. Hungry Hobos. I don't remember that. Was that a chain or was that just a menu item at some place? We got a Vargas refractor. Woods Richardson prism. Brandon Lau low refractor. The NEPA barbecue beef on a bun. Tommy, do you remember some of the northeastern Pennsylvania like places like do you remember Ranch Wagon? It was down in the back mountain past Wilkes-Barre. They had like foot-long like chili dogs. It was like a famous hot dog stand, famous for that area, but I think it probably still exists. And they were damn good. What do we got? Austin Riley, 35. Hungry Howie's Pizza. Man, I'm hungry now. Mike Trout, Titans. Got a refractor, Jordan Walker for the Cardinals. Here comes some fuchsia. $3.99, Zach Wheeler for the Fightin' Phils. Shea Langoliers Technicolor. Christopher Morel, 35. Titans. Cheap college food. Hey, I'll take it even today. I'll take it all still today. Cade Cavalli, refractor. What do we got? We got some color to $1.99. Alexis Diaz for the Reds going to Dave C. Mudville, Dave C. Welcome back into the mix, Dave. Good to see you back in. What do we got here? Michael Massey. That's a refractor. And that's going to do it for that one. Guys, we're officially halfway there. So what is that? 46 minutes. I mean, these hobby cases, I guess that puts us on par to take about 90 minutes per hobby case. All right, that is empty. The butter chicken sandwich in Toronto at Burger King, have no idea what it is. Gosh darn it. I get on a rabbit hole every once in a while and watch all these random videos. They'll start getting suggested to me on YouTube of, menu items that exist at fast food places but not in the U.S. So, like, you can get, like, specialty items at a McDonald's or a Burger King that's in other countries but they don't sell it here. I also completely get sucked into the videos that showcase, like, fast food places and their origins, like their original location and how they kind of, like, came into the prominence and grew. Those are super interesting. Pizza Hut started for $500 in a little, like, 12 by 12 square building made of brick. All right, 1/2 right there. Speaking of that, I remember watching one video about KFC and Harlan Sanders, the Colonel, who started KFC. And when, like, I think it was PepsiCo, offered to buy out KFC, the chain, he agreed to sell it, but he didn't believe in stock at the time. The guy just didn't believe in the stock market or something, as the story goes. So he sold it for a pretty modest amount, like sold the actual rights to... And people in the office, like secretaries in his office, took the stock options. And they became like multi-millionaires. And made more money off the deal than he did. Which is pretty nuts. Now you have, like, Reba McEntire and other people playing the Colonel, right? Is that funny how life works? All right, let's go here. Left side. Greatest fast food injustice. Oh. Greatest fast food injustice. I've talked about this before, but when I was a kid and, like, the way that like McDonald's burgers were made when I was a kid were amazing. Like, they've gotten much shittier over the last, decades, that is an injustice in and of itself. Francisco for the Mets with the refractor. Here comes some purple. How about Pittsburgh on the board with some purple? T is off watching some football right now to 250. O'Neal Cruz coming up here for you, T. 214 of 250. Andrew Benintendi, that is a refractor. The McRib, that is an injustice, because that is a good sandwich, as disgusting as it actually is, right? Acuna Jr. Technicolor. I don't think I've ever had Hardee's fried chicken. Josh Young, 35. Do you guys have Jollibee, Jollibee, where you're at? We have a few of them that have popped up in Vegas over the last 5 or 6 years. I've never had it. I think it's like Filipino fast food, and like they specialize in fried chicken and some other like weird kind of menu items. Like, I'm talking weird, like spaghetti with like hot dogs in it, like just the weirdest stuff. Okay, I interrupt this. Future Stars of Suzuki, and then what do we got? We got a Ruiz Green Shimmer, I think, to 99 for Oakland. That's going to Henry. Dustin, I've never had Bojangles, but it was just announced within the last week they're finally coming. They're moving a bunch of operations here to Vegas, so we're going to get several of them here in Vegas. So Bojangles, up and coming here in the Vegas market. We got a Bryce Harper for the Fightin' Phil's refractor. Greg, look it up. Jollibee. They have like a massive like cult following, and it's the strangest looking food, man. Every time I joke around to Kathy, like, want to get Jollibee? She's like, no frickin' way. Yeah, fried chicken. They call it Chicken Joy, and then they have little side dishes like spaghetti with hot dog. I mean, it looks weird, man. There's a lot of YouTube videos of people eating Jollibee. Gabriel Moreno for the D-backs. Vladdy Jr., 35. Joe Ryan is a refractor. Corey Seager, Prism. What do we got? Mookie is a Prism. Xander, 35. Alex Call, refractor. I mean, you might have to be. They might actually, like, give you something at the door if you walk in. Kyle Tucker, Prism. Xander, refractor. All right, guys, we're beyond the halfway mark. We're into the second six, the second batch of 6. Let's keep going. That's empty. Vegas only just got Chick-fil-A for the first time since I've lived here. And you guys know I only live here like 6 years now. They did not have Chick-fil-A here before. Now there's like a ton of them. There's one even on the Vegas Strip, I think right in front of Planet Hollywood. Vegas is also, and I'm pretty sure they had one random location of it here before, but they're getting more Whataburgers here now, which I've never had, but people, there's a card flipped right there. I don't know if that's an auto or what it is, but there's a couple cards flipped. Like these packs are Look at that. So it means nothing, apparently. It's just them being sloppy packing the cards. All of these. Yep. Tommy, how about Hot Dog Johnny's? Hot Dog Johnny's in Buttsville, New Jersey. You must know Hot Dog Johnny's, right? Okay, that side only. This side, we're back to the norm. Hot Dog Johnny's is like a famous roadside hot dog stand, you know, in New Jersey, just on the Pennsylvania border right there. I think do they deep fry those dogs? I think they deep fry those dogs in peanut oil. And they also have homemade birch beer, which is very strange because birch beer is like a forgotten about soda pop these days. And homemade buttermilk that you can drink. On Rough 46, is that what it is? We were watching the latest episode. I don't know if you guys watched that Winning Time, which is like, you know, the Lakers era, Magic Johnson, Kareem, and all that stuff. We were watching the new episode that just came out yesterday, and in the one scene they had like bottles of Gatorade sitting there, and they were glass bottles. And I said to Kathy, "That's real. Like back in the day, Gatorade was sold in glass bottles." And she's like, "Really?" Yes, frosted mug. But yeah, Gatorade was sold in actual glass bottles back in the day, as was most like soda pop. You could take it back to the bottling facility, get the bottles cleaned, get a refund, and a new case of soda coming back your way. Kyle Stowers with a refractor. Did I bury refractor back in there? No, I buried this prism back in there because I'm chit-chatting and not paying attention. Another prism of Tatis. Jeter Downs refractor. Dalton Varsho prism. Here's a good story for you. You guys ready for some story time? This just came to my mind. I don't even know how the hell this came to my mind. Xander, 35. I might not even want to tell this story live on a YouTube stream because I interrupt my very questionable story for Colorado Rockies getting a hit here. Rockies going to Dustin, a little rookie auto of Sean Bouchard. Colorado Rockies. Congrats to Dustin. Okay, so when I was a teenager, I hung around a bunch of wild guys, right? They were like fun dudes, but they were out of their minds. Javier Assad, refractor. And the one guy was kind of a bit obsessed with fire. Like, he would just light shit on fire all the time, just thinking he was hilarious. Granted, these were most times we were like throwing keggers in the woods, so it was somewhat appropriate. When Gatorade was still in glass bottles, Von Grisham refractor, he decided to make himself a little bomb around the 4th of July with a glass Gatorade bottle. His father owned a gas station, so he had access, of course, to lots of gasoline and whatever. So he got a Gatorade bottle, and these were like, I don't know if they're 20-ounce bottles, so they were somewhat big. He packed the bottom of it with like toilet paper or paper towels, then a layer of black powder from his father's like rifle reloading, then another layer of toilet paper / paper towels, then black powder, and he did this multiple layers, and then filled the whole thing with gasoline so it was saturated in gas, then basically made a Molotov cocktail rag out of the top of it and put it on the pitcher's mound. Mind you, this was like midnight, nobody was around. Julio, Future Stars, and lit this sucker up. And it didn't really explode. Now, we were like 100 yards away. But Riley Green, 35, But it did, like, it lit that pitcher mound on fire for, I don't know, 40 minutes. Like, that gasoline and stuff was just burning and would not stop. Yeah, don't try that at home, kids. Oswald Cabrera. Cade Cavalli. And here comes some color. How about a nice blue to 125 right there? Blue Sparkle Speckle. Evan Longoria for the D-backs. I remember another guy. His family owned like a body shop. And so somehow he was always in the possession of a rental car. I don't know why. They rented tons of cars, and he was always in the possession of one of these rental cars. And he would beat the pants off these rental cars. He would show up and just be like blowing donuts and doing crazy shit with it. And I remember the same field that this Molotov cocktail blew off, not the same night, but like around the same era, Josh Young, 35. This guy is doing donuts around the baseball field with this, it was a Blazer, a Chevy Blazer. And he just flips the thing on its side, and it's sitting there, wheels spinning on its side. A bunch of like teenage guys, myself included, go over and flip the thing right back up on its wheels. But it was messed up real bad. So I'm pretty sure this guy then proceeded to take the car and run it down a creek and claim it was stolen. Don't ask me, man. All right, I interrupt my story of debauchery for a little, what do we got? Little inverse Josh Young for Texas. Dustin, that's you, buddy. Very nice. We pulled several of these across the jumbo cases. This is the first one so far out of the hobby. Very nice, bud. Let's sleeve them up. See what happens? You talk about guys wrecking rental cars, and that's a beauty. That is a beauty. Don't mess with Texas. And let's see what else we got with it. Anything. Francisco Alvarez for the Mets. And that's going to do it. Guys, we're down to 4 boxes. Did they really, Tommy? Just in case you were feeling a little frisky while powering down a couple hot dogs, or what? That's funny. Those stories are very tame. Well, I can't say too much, you know. It's YouTube will ban the channel or something weird. I did have an interesting crew of people I grew up around, that's for sure. And the time period of like the late 80s was just like growing up in that era with this crew of guys was the perfect storm of wackiness. I was telling Kathy's father, he was talking about, he's a big music fan, and was talking about something with Aerosmith. And I said, I'm pretty sure the first live concert I ever saw, now how about this? First live concert I ever saw was like Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses during the height of like Guns N' Roses' career. This was on like the second comeback of Aerosmith in the late 80s, but it was like, is that green? Ooh, look at that. I'm just going to pull this guy up because I haven't seen one of these yet. How about an Adley Titans to 99? That's nice. 10 of 99. That's going to Troy. Very cool. So the coloring comes in form of the wording of Titans. That's really nice. Three buddies that ran their cars into rivers, creeks, and said they were stolen. Well, then you, my friend, come from the same same kind of folks that I came from. So, you know, hanging around the same kind of people. It was a fun area to grow up in. Northeastern Pennsylvania at that particular time. We all had quads and would like ride these quads like they were our cars, you know, like all through like all the woods and all that, like all the mountainous region was still accessible. in more recent years, it's all either being developed out or has been developed out. Like, it's just not even the same thing like it was a couple decades ago. Progress, you know, progress. Oh no. Hopefully no nonsense came your way because of it. The cornfields in Illinois, I'm sure there was a lot of shenanigans to be had there. You're basically surrounded by all the corn. Nobody can see what kind of shit you're up to. You were surrounded by the mountains and like the trees of the mountains. It was all like wooded, you know, so you can really, as a teenager in the keggers, and it was a great area to go and do your teenage shenanigans in. All right, let's look at some cards again. Vladdy Jr. is a Prism. Flatlands. Tristan, 35. Suzuki, that's a refractor, right? Yep. Nate Eaton, Prism. Bad things. You say that like, you know, like it's a bad thing. I mean, I'm sure they were really fun in the moment. That Kyle Tucker was a refractor. Clayton Kershaw, Prism. Guys, any interest in doing the other chrome wax tonight? If not, it'll be on the lineup probably for Wednesday or Thursday if I do another live session here out of Vegas. I don't have a ton of time to dedicate to it tonight to sit here and try to get it filled up. All right, let's look at this guy right here. Purple to 250. What do we got? Jonah Bride. Oakland on the board. That's going to Henry. 39 out of 250 for you, Henry. Everything happened down by the river. There's always a river involved, Tommy. Bo Naylor, Guardians refractor. Cal Stevenson, Prism. David Villar, that's a refractor. All right, that side is down. Always a river involved. We had the Lackawanna River right near us. Mike Trout, Lackawanna River, as I'm sure you well know, Tommy, was very disgusting. Like, I'm pretty sure they even like dumped industrial and like all kinds of nastiness into this river for decades until they realized, oh, that ain't good. We can't be doing that. But that was not good water. Robbie Ray, refractor. We had this pretty cool spot in, it was like one of the bordering towns to where I grew up called Jessup, and in the mountains behind it, decades prior, was a big area for the mining region. Let's look at some orange. How about them White Sox for Greg Z? How about a Benintendi orange? 2 of 25, Greg. Nice. Sneaking on in there. Andrew Benintendi, orange to 25. So second orange of the case so far. But in that area, they had these dams that were man-made dams that they built up to be like wash basins and whatever else they used for the mining operation. And then they also had these like, there was like natural springs that would come up from the ground, and the miners like 100 years ago plus built up like a wall to like dam this spring water and used it to wash like themselves, and like as a little swimming thing. And these were like amazing. They still existed like 100 years later, and they were just kind of abandoned, and we'd go there and hang out and drink beers, of course, bring our quads there, go there during the day and jam tunes and drink beers. It was a great time. I wonder if those, I don't even know, it's been decades, but if they still exist, that would be great. Cal Stevenson to 99. Oakland, green. Oakland going off to Henry. Corey Seager, refractor. All right. 3 boxes remain here, guys. 3 to go. The river in Piscataway never froze because it had too much antifreeze in it from the carbide plant. I mean, hey, they knew what they're doing. Probably tasted sweet. Isn't that the thing? They say antifreeze actually tastes sweet to the taste, but it'll kill you, of course. That's empty. Even the fish you would catch in the Lackawanna River were kind of unedible. They were mostly like suckers and whatever else, like just full of like bones. They didn't really have a lot of viable like meat on them, if you will. I guess there was some trout and stuff in there, but close to the Mississippi. Did we get an auto in the last box? I honestly don't know, Greg. Here's the my little hit stack, including color, in reverse sequential order. So we had the Cal Stevenson, we had the Benintendi. This guy right here, I think, was the auto early on. Jonah Bride. I believe that was the last box because it's 3 cards deep there. And I'm sitting here reminiscing about the old days, so don't mind me. Mike likes popping in. I mean, every day I'm pretty much, you know, I do the fireside chats, but Mike likes the fireside chats. All right, there's one stack. Any of you guys seen Barbie? I'm kidding. I was going to say Oppenheimer. Have any of you guys seen Oppenheimer? I still want to see it. My nephew said, I mean, I really like that subject matter, and I love Christopher Nolan movies. But it's been out for like 2+ weeks now. I almost feel like, I just maybe want to wait for it, for it to hit streaming. It seems like they get about a one month window before they hit streaming anyway. That one, though, being Christopher Nolan, it might be longer. I'm not sure. It might be like 2 to 3 months before it finally hits streaming. I did not. Kathy did, though. Kathy saw it. With her niece. All right, here we go, fellas. Here we go. $35, Riley Green. Titans of Bo Bichette. Oswald Cabrera, that's refractor. And here's another one, guys. How about 2 of them out of 2 boxes in a row? Fighting Phil's coming up here. Nick Castellanos. Phil's, Dustin again. So Dustin picking up 2 of these. Congrats, congrats. Nice. I'll sleeve him up as well. Two of them. Castellanos. All right, where did I leave off here? I think. Sean Murphy, refractor. Scherzer, prism. 35, Vladdy Jr. Neil Cruz, Future Stars. All that fast food talk, guys. I need some junk in my life. Refractor right there. Kyle Stowers for Baltimore. Got a Tatis. That's a prism. Francisco, that is a refractor. Two boxes left after this one. Technicolor, Bo Naylor. Josh Young, Titans of Clayton. I know I'm not flipping them right side up because you only get about 3 cards deep and then they go the other way anyway. Reese Hoskins, that's a refractor. And here we go. Got an Alex Call to 399, 283 of 399 for Washington. Going to Matt R. Matt R. Got a Grissom, Von Grissom, refractor. Dalton Varsho Prism. Xander 35. And here comes purple. That's the ink. That's Bo Naylor again. This time, purple to 250 with ink for the Guardians. Dustin gets another one. 164 of 250. Bo Naylor. Cleveland Guardians rookie auto. A little bit of bleed on the ink there from the blue felt tip, but coming out of the pack exactly that way. 164 of 250. Assad with a refractor. Jared Walsh Prism. And last 2 cards right there. 2 boxes left, guys. 2 to go. Cover band concerts at the town. Band shows because it's free and I can doze off. Movies, someone knows the outcome. You're right, they probably do, right? It's really weird out here, Tommy. Of course, like, you know, on the East Coast when I lived in Pennsylvania, movie theaters are just standalone entities. So you go to the movies, you're going specifically to the movie theater. Here in Vegas, I don't know of even one single movie theater that's a standalone movie theater. They're all inside massive casinos. So like all of the big theaters, which are really nice, all inside casinos. Like the Orleans Casino, massive movie theater. The Palms Casino, massive movie theater. Red Rock, massive movie theater. South Point, which is right by me, where I live, massive movie theater. It's kind of strange when you're walking into the casino, but you're really there to go to the movies. All right, there's one side. Yep, in the malls. I mean, that's kind of how Pennsylvania was too, I guess. Although then in the later years, they kind of started making their own standalone things, I think. But they were usually, when I was a kid growing up and stuff, they were always linked up inside of a big shopping mall. Remember going to the movies at the Viewmont Mall, Tommy and Mike, you'll probably both remember this. They had the cinemas at the Viewmont Mall, and directly next door to it was the Aladdin's Castle arcade. Like, it doesn't get more 80s than that, okay? Go there, play a little Space Ace, play a little Dragon's Lair, you know, all the classics. All right, here we go. What else did they have there? They had Tron. Remember the video game version of Tron? Like the in-arcade version of that? Yeah. They had the Journey video game. which was a takeoff of the actual band Journey. And they had digitized graphics of the heads of the guys from Journey bouncing on like drums and stuff. It was the strangest. All right, what is this, guys? Is that anything, or is that just one of those Titans? I thought that was something previously, just because the gold, like copper background, but it is not. As we've come to learn, if these are numbered, the Titans lettering actually gets colored. How about a Pena refractor? Nice. Space Invaders, they probably did, but it was already past that era, you know? So like the newest games of the time were stuff like the Laserdisc games and all that. Got a Zach Wheeler to 199 for the Phils. Remember going to see some big movies at that theater. The original Back to the Future. Willie with the refractor. Cade Cavalli Prism. Spencer's and Claire's. There was a Spencer's inside that mall. There was. We got a Kyle Tucker 35. Royce Lewis. Of course, there was anchor stores were J.C. Penney and Sears. Nolan Gorman refractor. Julio. Matt Chapman Prism. Jared Walsh refractor. All right, that does it for that side. They also had an Orange Julius. They did. They hit all the marks. Nick Castellanos, Technicolor Corbin Burns. 35 of Gorman. Spencer with a refractor. They did not have a Sam Goody. They did have... Okay, so it became FYE Music, but before that it was The Wall. Do you remember The Wall? That was what it was called. And I think several of those stores were called that, and then they got rebranded as FYEs. All right, here comes a gold. Matt Olson. And that is going to be a gold to 50 for Oakland, which is owned by Henry, and you got a Ken Waldachuk. 13 out of 50 on that one. 13 out of 50. Congrats. Got a Vargas Prism. George Springer 35. And here's our auto. Wow, Guardians are killing it, man. We got an Oscar Gonzalez for the Guardians. Is that 3 in a row? With the Guardians autos, rookie auto, Oscar Gonzalez. Dustin getting it. Congrats, congrats. Yeah, the Wall did have the little Ticketmaster live counter where you can buy concert tickets in person right there, well before the internet. Stephen Kwan right there, that is a refractor. Cody Bellinger, Cubbies Prism. Got a Nelson for the D-backs refractor, and last 2 cards right there. Down to the final box, fellas. What was the local, and it was still there up until the mid-2000s. I don't even know, it might still be there. They had a local owned music store. They had one in Wilkes-Barre, they had one in Dixon City. Shoot, I can't remember that. I'm gonna have to ask Jason. But it was like a local, and even after like music stores started kind of becoming a thing of the past, this one stuck around for a long time. They also had a Ticketmaster. It was like a guy's name. What the hell was the name of it? Gotta ask him now. Foot Locker's Olympia Sports? Was Olympia Sports the rival? But that mall also did have a Foot Locker. Record World was not the one I'm thinking of. Joe Nardone's Gallery of Sound. That was it. Joe Nardone's Gallery of Sound. They had pretty sizable operation there in northeastern Pennsylvania. And I don't know to this day, like, if they could possibly still be surviving. They were until the mid-2000s, I know that at least. Herman's Sporting Goods. Which one are you thinking of, Dustin? The big rival to Foot Locker? Come on. Sometimes you tear these packs and that little corner stays intact. Camelot Music. We didn't have those in our region, but I am aware of them. Alright guys, final box. I keep tossing it out there if we want to do that other Topps Chrome break number 1. Champs was a pretty big deal. Although Champs, I think, was more of a post-2000s kind of thing, wasn't it? Like the late 90s, early 2000s era. All right, guys, last box. Let's pull a red. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, guys. What is this? What is this? Radiating Rookies. I've never seen that before. How rare are we talking on this thing? White Sox, and this one is owned by Greg Z. Greg, that's pretty cool looking, man. I'll let you guys tell me the rarity. I have yet to see one. I'm going to sleeve it up. That is Oscar Colas for the White Sox. Radiating Rookies. And very nice looking. Very cool. I thought we pulled the taco for a second. Not a taco fractor, but Radiating Rookies of Oscar. Congrats, congrats. Did they save the best for last? I don't know. How rare are we talking on those? All right, 35 of Bregman. Titans with an Adley. Mark Vientos for the Mets refractor. Athlete's Foot was big. Mark, I remember Athlete's Foot was a big deal before Foot Locker came in and kind of took it all over. We had those too. Here's a purple. Alec Thomas to 250. Diamondbacks going to Dustin. I remember at the Athlete's Foot they had these like wooden dowels that like were near the counter, and they were just like wooden dowels, and draping over the wooden dowels were all these colored laces for like replacement laces for your like high top, probably Jordans and stuff of that era. Probably the original Jordans in like the early 80s, like 84, 85, that era. Yu Darvish refractor. Athlete's Foot. Well, look at this, guys. Corbin Burns Technicolor, right? There's bubbles in the like lamination of the Chrome card. Has bubbles in it. Okay. Interesting. Bubbles. Nolan Gorman 35. Walden Books, yep. Walden Books. Then it was, you know, what was the rival to Amazon? Barnes & Noble. We got a Stanton refractor, and then Borders was a big deal. Yep, Mark, Aladdin's Castle. Aladdin's Castle was right next door to, ooh, that's nice. Bobby Witt to 350. Kansas City going off to Dustin. Nice one there, Dustin. 164 of 350. We had the movie theater, the local movie theater directly next door to it was the Aladdin's Castle with all of the classic video games of the era. And it was awesome. All right, guys. Last stack. Last chance for something crazy. Paperback Booksmith, Tommy. Yes. Viewmont Mall had one. Yellowish Prism. Kyle Tucker, 35. Julio. Bobby Witt. Matt Olson. Refractor. Manoah, Prism. Charlie's Steak. That we did not have in Pennsylvania. Tyler Stevenson, Refractor. There's a little something something for that Angel spot. A little Prism of Mike Trout. Blue Jays, George Springer, 35. And here comes orange. Is that the ink? That is the ink. We got an orange auto coming up. Connor Capel for Oakland, and that goes to Henry. Henry T, 16 of 25 there, Henry. Very nice. Very nice. 1 in 686 packs. Was that the... Tommy, is that this guy you're referencing? The Colas? So orange auto, 16 of 25 right there. Congrats for a nice way to finish it off, Henry. And let's see what else we have. Dansby, Refractor. Paul Goldschmidt. Drew Waters, Prism. Sean Murphy, Prism. Crawford and Charlie Blackmon are the last two out of that one. Guys, thanks again for getting this one filled. And again, don't be confused. This one is break number 2. Break number 1 still actively filling. Hoping to get it filled up tonight. If it doesn't fill tonight, pretty sure I'm going to be doing a live session either Wednesday or Thursday and pushing it to go for that session. So thanks again, guys. Do appreciate it.